Okay, let's carry on. Oh, sorry. Let's carry on.
Let's carry on. Okay. Now, see that's in the last hour we introduced you this mosaic plot, right? It's kind of very handy tool, right, for you to understand the how the distribution of age are different among the geographic area, right? And in the same time, it tell you how the geographic distribution are different across different age group, right? So you can also use this tool. You can you can see that which age group is preferred to buy which product category, right? And which age group is preferred to go to the store in the weekend, right? And which age group they prefer to go to the store in the weekday, right? Okay, so that is a very handy tool. It take a while to get used to this chart, but it is very easy to use, right? You simply put the two categorical variable in this format, right? And then give it the data, right? And when you are doing this product or product category, you need to be careful because we have too many categories, like 2,000 categories, right? If you include all of the data here, that this table would be too messy, right? You cannot see it, right? So in that case, you need to find out the top 20 category or top 20 product before you do that, right? So it's a very handy tool. So that you understand the distribution, right? So distribution, when you the reason that distribution is important, that it gives you a holistic view of how your customer distribution in different space, right? Okay. And the second thing is more straightforward. Is use bubble plot to do the group comparison, right? So as you can see that, let's look at the chart before looking at the code. Okay, so in this chart you can see that this is the characteristic of age group, right? Where you can say that this is the buying behavior of age group in this chart. So every age group is represented by a point, by a bubble, right? And the group size represent the the bubble size actually reflect the group size. Okay, so we have more people in A44, A39, A34, so the bubble is bigger, right? Okay, and the X coordinate is the average revenue per transaction, right? Within this age group, right? So within age group 24, the average revenue per transaction within A24 are about 6. It's just a little more than 600, right? Okay. And for this age group, their average revenue per transaction can be as high as about $1,000, right? Isn't it, right? So in this way, you can kind of compare the average revenue per transaction in the X coordinate, and in the Y coordinate is the average frequency they buy, right? Okay, so as we can see that this H99 group has a very, very high buying frequency, right? In average, every customer in this group, they buy 7 times. Okay, and it's kind of like an outlier, right? It's because all of the other age group they buy less than 5. The average buying frequency is like lower than 4.5, but this one is like as high as 7, right? So in this case, actually, usually we would like to filter out this outlier, as I do here, right? In this code, I filter out this 899 first, before I do the group by and summary, right? Okay, I do group by age, and then I summarize the group size, right? And I summary the average buying frequency, and I summary the average revenue, right? Okay, which is if you take a closer look at this expression, this is the total buying amount, right? And this is the sum frequency. So this is the average revenue per transaction, right? Okay, so and I use it as group size, as the bubble size. I use it as the x, y. Sorry, this f frequency is the y coordinate, and average revenue is the x coordinate, right? And then basically this is just to specify that I want to map color to age. I want to map size to group size, right? The alpha is mean the label transparency, and I add a text. I attach a label on this bubble so it's easier to see, right? Okay, and there are some other thing, I think. I know that it is quite difficult for you to like do this coding from scratch. Right? So I give you this notebook, then you can like do modification. Right? For example, if you look at this, after I filter out this outlier 899, now it's very intuitive to see to compare the buying pattern among different age groups, right? Isn't it? Right? So, with this code, we can see that which age group is the most frequent, has the most frequent average frequency is the highest, has the highest buying times. Which age group? The buying frequency means the number of times they buy, right? So in average, which age group buy the most times? It's older age people, right? They buy like in average, every customer in this age group buy about 4.25 times in average, okay? And which age group is has the lowest buying frequency? It's, raise your hand. Okay. 34? The lowest frequency. So, anyone else? 29, right? 29 is the lowest frequency, right? And which age group has the highest average revenue per transaction? Say it again, louder. 34 and 39, right? Yeah, oh, correct. Okay. So as you can see that it seems to have a negative correlation, right? Between buying frequency and average amount, right? the people who buy more frequently tend to buy less amount, right? And the people who actually buy less frequently, they kind of like. So in this chart, you not only that you can compare the group size, can compare the frequency and average revenue among the groups. You also can see the kind of like negative correlation in this chart, right? Okay. Oh, well, this chart I only compare the average frequency and average revenue per transaction. But as a marketer, usually in addition to frequency and revenue, you might also be interested of what? You're interested in revenue, and you're also interested in what? Profit, isn't it? You're also interested in margin, right? You're also interested in the maybe the goals, right? Okay, so this bubble plot is handy in this way that I can actually like for area group. Now if I group instead of group by age, I group by area, then actually I can plot the same thing. But right now every bubble represents area, right? Instead of age, instead of the age group, right? Okay, you can still do the comparison, right? And if you are interested in revenue or profit or margin, you can actually do the calculation by summarize the margin or summarize the the profit for every age group or for every area, isn't it? Right? So with this tool, right? I only give you an example, right? And you explore more, right? You explore which age group generate the largest profit in average, right? Okay? And which age group has the larger margin, right? So by summary, use your domain knowledge. You should be able to calculate the total revenue contribution or average revenue contribution, and you can calculate the total profit contribution as well as the average profit contribution, right? You can calculate the margin for every age group or for every area, right? Right? So I just give you an example, and I want you to kind of like use this example to explore more variables, right? To explore more characteristic that as a marketer you would like to know, right? For example, in the age group, you might also want to know the average profit, right, per transaction, or average profit per customer, right? That is also very important, isn't it, for you, right? So this is just kind of like an example to help you jumpstart your exploration, right? So, and this is the way to use the geom point, the scatter plot, the bubble plot, to compare the bubble plot has a you can have the size you can have the color, and you can have X coordinate and Y coordinate, right? So at most, it can compare like 4 different characters of a group, right? And you can compare different groups, okay? So, and another thing that we want to, this is for exploring the difference within customer group, right? And the other thing that we may be interested is the product information, right? Okay, so as you can see that right now I do the, I define a table by group by category and then summarize. I summarize the number of distinct products, the number of total quantity sold, the number of total revenue generated, the total gross profit, and the gross margin, right? And also the average, right? For every product category, we already know that we have about 2,000 product category in this supermarket, right? So let's first get this category information by group by summary, okay? So the deep prior group by summary is very useful when you do the business analytics, right? So usually you need to go by summary and then do some calculation. Then you can know the different characteristic of the product category, right? When you want to see the product category. But as I told you that we have too many product category, right? So usually we only want to know the product category that are generating the most of the total revenue, right? So in this way, I take the total revenue column out of this data frame, and I sort it in descending order, right? Okay, and in this expression, the point is actually what generated in this pipe, right? So this vector, when I sort it at the descending order, I actually pick up the first 40 element out of this vector, right? And then I do a cum sum as the denominator and use the sum as the, use the sum of O vector as the denominator, and I use the cum sum as the denominator, right? Okay, and in this way, I actually can generate the bar plot like this. Okay, this is the accumulated percentage of revenue, right? So the first the first category generate this percentage of revenue, and as you can see that this is 20% of the revenue, right? The total revenue. So the top 10 product generate about 20% of the total revenue, right? So although we have like 2,000 product category, but 20% of our revenue actually come from, right? Come from the top 10 category, right? So trick to analysis product or product category is usually a supermarket will sell like tens of thousands of product, and they will belong to thousands of category. But you don't need to like analyze all of them, right? You only analyze the most selling category, or you only analyze the product that are generating most of your revenue, right? Okay, so as you can see that about 30% of our total revenue is generated about the top 30 category, and but it tend to like kind of like flat out, right? Because as I told you that if I plot all of the category in this bar plot, the x-axis we extends to like 2000, right? So you can see that it's going to like flatten out. This is the normal situation in the grocery store, right? Like we call it like 80-20 rule, right? It's like most of the revenue, like 80% of your revenue are actually generated by 20% of your product, right? So when we are doing analysis, we only analyze the kind of like a top 40, top 50 is good enough, okay? So this is for revenue, and this one I actually compare the gross profit, right? Okay, so again I do the calculation, and then this time I do the it looks like the code are the same, right? Seems to have a mistake here. So this should not be total revenue, right? This should be the total gross profit, right? Because we are talking about, here we are talking about gross profit, right? So there's the mistake here. Let's do a correction. Sorry, I have not used this material for years, so they must. So here should be what? Should be the total gross, right? Okay, and I'll do it again. Cats, not found. Oh, sorry, I do this here. And then I can do this. So now they are different, right? This is 30, this is 25, right? So you can need that again. Okay, here is a mistake. It should be, because we are doing the accumulated percentage of gross profit, right? So here is the accumulated profit, and then we can see that about the top 25 category generating about 20% of the profit, right? Isn't it? Okay. Then if you are interested, you can actually find out which product is generating this profit, right? So so this is wrong, right? Only about 10% of the product. Top 10 is 11%. Okay, so do the correction by yourself. Okay, I make a mistake here. Okay, so this is all about notebook 2. Okay, in this notebook we kind of like do we go through a few tools that help you do the comparison within the different customer group, right? And like teach you some technique to see how the revenue and how the profit are generated from category, right? So we know that actually, although we have a large number of category and products, when we do the analysis, basically we just need to focus on the top 10 or top 20 type of products. Okay, that should be good enough, right? See, if we want to see the top 10 or top 20 products, say, it's actually quite easy if you use this RStudio, right? You do this, and then you can see this category summary, right? So as you can see that if I sort the total growth, okay, by descending order, then I can see that this is this category generate the largest profit, right? And this category generate the second largest profit, right? And again, if I want to see the total revenue generated, it will be different, right? This category generate this many revenue. This category generate this many category, right? So you can see that. And I already told you that one of the disadvantage of this data set is that it did not tell you what is this category, right? So you can actually like use your creativity, right, to name the category by yourself. Okay, when you do the presentation, right, you can like actually from this category, you know that its average price is about $200, right? So so you can kind of like use your creativity to say that $200, what can you buy, right? So it's kind of like maybe it's wine, right? Okay, maybe it's like snack, right? Maybe it's like something. So you can actually instead of using the category name, you can like use your creativity to like name it, right? So the text. So in this way, you kind of like turn the disadvantage into advantage, right? Okay, you name it by yourself. Okay. Okay, so this is notebook 2. Any question at this point of time? As I told you, right, this exploration is kind of like explore. So it's like you throwing the net into a unknown water and try to catch something, right? So there are a lot of technique, and by giving you this and going through this notebook, I kind of like jumpstart your exploration process, right? So you can use this code as sample code and modify the code to formulate the exploration, to execute the exploration of your own interest, right? Okay. Now let's take a look at Tafang 3, and in this notebook, I will focus on customer, right? I want to focus on customer, especially the value of customer. Let's take a look at its. Now again, we can execute the first chunk, and sometimes you will do the installation. So if there is no installation required, then it should be very quick. Okay. And then we can execute the second code chunk. Simply we load the package we need, and we load the data. Again, we have the customer data, transaction data, and also the transaction item data, right? We can see that we have this many customer, this many transactions, and this many items, right? And then the value of customer is actually in modern marketing. Actually, there are two most important concepts, most important principle in modern marketing. The first is customer central, and the second is value oriented. Okay, we want to modern marketing want to focus on the value that customer is bringing to us, right? So that is the kind of like the spirit of modern marketing, right? So now in this sense, in this aspect, we might want to see the now in this A0, right? We already have A0 have this many data records, right? And every record represents a customer, an individual customer, right? So if we want to see this row is actually the row profit, right? So if I use the top end 2000, I use A0, right? And top end 2000, it means I want to only keep, I want to filter out the 2000 customer who contribute the largest profit, right? This is raw profit to our company, right? And actually, I want to filter out the R that is larger than 45. This customer are important, right? Because they are giving us the largest revenue contribution, isn't it? Right? This R is actually raw revenue, raw profit contribution. It's the value, right? So these are, these are the 2000 customers that are contributing the largest value to our company. And some of them do not buy from us more than 45 days, right? This R is actually the day since this customer buy from us, right? So some of these important customers are not buying for like 1.5 months, right? So so the reason I want to filter them out is that they are important and they are not buying for some time. We may want to give them some promotion, right? Because if they come, they will bring in profit, but they are not buying from us for some time already, right? So this is the logic that I do this filtering, right? And then after filtering out, I actually can like plot them in ggplot, right? I map the average buying amount and also the buying frequency as the X and Y coordinate, and also I map the residency in color, okay? And the size is the profit contribution, right? And I also label by the customer ID, so I know which customer it is, right? So and then I like do a geom point, and this set the transparency. I apply a log on the x coordinate, okay, and then this is just to set the color, okay, and then I generate a interactive plot. Okay, this is the let's see it in browsers. It will be easier to see it in browser. Notice I'm not get to. I should do it in 3. Now you can see that this is customer that we should if I want to select some customer, right, and do promotion, right, I want to select a customer who generate more profit, and I want to like contact the customer who has not buy from us for some times, right? So among this customer, as you can see that this customer, the size is actually the number of profit generated, right? So this customer actually already contribute like $4,000 of profit to our company, right? Within this 4 months period, right? It give us about $4,000, okay? But it has not buy from us. It has not buy from us like more than 2 months, right? So you might want to like send some, right? If you have the app, right? You can send some promotion to him or her, right? So try to get him back or get her back, right? So this kind of like this is the customer value type of spirit, right? So you can filter out the important customer, and actually if they are still buying from us, it's okay, right? But if they did not buy from us for a long time, for example, for actually this GG plot has an advantage. You can actually zoom in, right? So you can see that this customer actually generate about $22,200 profit to us, but it's happened like about 3 months ago, 3-4 months ago, right? So if we don't do something on this customer might not come back again, right? Okay, so using color, using size, using X and Y coordinate, you can actually map, you can actually observe 4 different attributes for the thing that you want to compare, right? And right now we are comparing customer, right? Okay, so every point represents a customer. As you can see that there's a customer ID here, right? At the bottom of the tooltip, right? You can see that this customer is customer 02145648. It's the customer ID, okay? Okay. So this is the way to see the pattern, right? And actually, in addition to looking at the individual customer, actually as a marketer, it's very difficult for you to design a marketing scheme only for an individual customer, because there are too many customers, right? So basically, we will try to do segment, which means that we want to put customer into groups, right? So, and according to their group characteristic, we can like kind of do marketing to them, right? Okay. So one way to do the group is to use the categorical variable available, right? For example, like age group, isn't it? Like the area group, the zip code, right? So geography, you can divide the customer group by geography or by their age group, right? So we already use it, right, in the notebook number 2, right? But now we want to like kind of define some customer group by using their buying behavior. For example, this is the BM is actually the I do a quantile on the monetary, which is the average buying amount, right? And also on the frequency, which is the buying frequency of the customer, right? So in this way, I can kind of like mutate MX and FX and also MF. I create the I divide the customer by their buying frequency and their average buying amount. Okay. Let's see it this way, so it's easier for you to understand. After executing this code segment, in this A, you can see that they are, for every customer, it's divided into M1 to M4, and also divided into F1 to F4 group. So the F4 is like the customer who buy most frequently, and the M4 is the customer who has the largest average buying amount. Okay, so I divided into, by using the buying frequency and also buying amount, I kind of divide the customer into, sorry, this is the smallest, and this is the largest one, right? This M1, F1 is the customer who buy most frequently, and in average, their transaction amount is the largest, right? And this is the F1, M2. So or M2, F1 is actually the people who buys less, but they also buy the most frequently. Okay, F1 is the group that buy most frequently, and F4 is the group that buy less frequently. M1 is the group that buy, in average, buy the largest buying amount, and this is the least buying amount. Okay, and by labeling customer in this way, we can label each customer into 16 different groups, right? Okay, by using the buying frequency and average buying amount, we kind of like label the customer into so many different groups. Okay, and then after that, we can like kind of do some calculation by using this group. Okay, so this is count by category. Why? So right now I want to do the other things is that I find out the 100 category that generate the largest profit. Okay, so it's not easy. Sorry, it's not difficult to see how it works, right? So so this cat 100 is actually, as you can see, that is the 100 category that actually generate the the largest revenue, right? Okay, so I only want to see the top 100. As you can see that in this data frame, this top 100 product category is generated about 55% of our total revenue. Okay. As I told you repeatedly, right? When you are analyzing product category, you cannot analyze all of them because there are too many, right? So in this case, I only want to care about the top 100 category, and they generate about more than a half of our total revenue, right? So this 100 category, I want to like get it out, okay? And then the thing is, I want to make a matrix. See, I join and then make a matrix called MX0. Let's see. Okay, so I can generate a metric in this way, right? This is the label, right? The customer group, and this is the category, right? So actually I filter in this Z data frame, I filter out the data that only include the top 30, right? That only include the top 30 category, right? And then I use this MF and category as the group, as the summarize variable to summarize the price, so which means that this category, this group of customer are buying this category for this many for so many dollars, right? M1F1, they buy 1010102 category. The buying amount is like 80 because I'm summarizing price, right? Okay, I summarizing price by MF label and also by category, okay? And I only use the data who belong to the largest 30 category, right? So in this way, I have a metric like MX0 is should be here, right? Okay, it's a MX. It's a metric like this one, but the metric is difficult to see, right? So I turn it into a heat map. Okay. I'm using heat maply function to generate heat map, but again, it need to include a lot of options. So I already make a helper function called heat map 1. So right now, if I want to visualize this matrix, I simply call this function. Okay, so let's see the result. As you can see, that this scheme map actually do not give us too many information. Okay, sorry, it's already 11 o'clock. Let's take a quick break, and we will carry on at 10 after 11. Okay.
Yes，
可以讲中文吗？
可以。
我这边有点听不太懂，就你刚才解释那个，
等一下。